Refereed the game in Spain. Enough said. Out they come. Shot there of David Speedy. And big Alec McLeish, the last man out. And we'll get the official presentation. First time Scotland and England playing for a trophy, short of a very relaxed Bobby Robson. The game, of course, will be played to a finish to this extent that if it is a draw, we'll have a penalty shootout. That would really be something quite unique in the whole history of this competition, which is the oldest in world football. There's Sir Stanley Rous with him. Shudder of the Ernie Walker's shoulders there. Didn't like this weather. And we go into the national anthem. Shot of one of the most famous figures in world football. Now Scotland the brave. The game commence, but not without this introduction that the players have broken away, as a matter of fact. And there is to be an introduction. Just a little bit anxious to get going, and Sir Stanley Rous goes down the line, followed by Bert Millerchip, David Will, David Letham, Scottish League, Dick Ragg, Ernie Walker, and the other secretary, Ted Croker. John Barnes. Well, Trevor Francis, I think some people have felt that he's never realised his true potential. He's a magnificent player, a player of great pace. And under the other end now to the Scottish side, just the referee, Michel Vautreau. An understanding word from a man who was a referee himself. Graeme Souness, Jim Leighton, Roy Aitken, I think will play a very crucial part in this game. He's a very strong player, Roy, as you know. Well, look at the size of that pair there. Maurice Malpas and Gordon Strachan. Diminutive when you think of the English defenders. No, but that was David Speedy beside Willie Miller. Millerchip, and off they go. And at the end of the afternoon, this gentleman will present his cup to the winning side. Glenn Hoddle plays for the first ever time at Hampden Park for England. Might surprise some because he's been in and out of the English side so often that it was rather overlooked in our statistics, but we gleaned that from him when he was out on the pitch there. He's never been in Hampden before, at least not for England. There's David Speedy. David left Scotland when he was 5 years of age, went down to the north of England, played for Barnsley and Darlington, and then went on to Chelsea. Leading goal scorer there, 16 goals. Talking to Don Revie, the ex-England team manager, at lunch today, and he regards Speedy as very good, and he says one thing you've got to notice about him: he has tremendous ability in the air for such a small man, so we will look for that very carefully. That is the Scottish side. Delighted to see Gordon Strachan get his chance again. The wee man eager to get going, creating a record, of course, by getting 4 Cup winners' medals in a row. Strachan 3 with Aberdeen, and of course last Saturday for Manchester United. That amazing finish at Wembley. Maurice Malpas played only once before, but he's a very good marker, Malpas. I think that's what he'll be today. I don't really fancy him too much in a traditional left-back role. The English side, with only one change from the team that played in Finland, and that change, of course, is Glenn Hoddle. And because of the pre-match entertainment, usually takes a time for the fans to get off the pitch. That's exactly what the referees are waiting for. England are about to play their 600th international, and they've won 357 of these. So it is a notable occasion for them in its own right. You will notice the rather smart outfit, seen in all the best Paris salons, I'm told. It's different. Tell you what, you won't lose sight of them, that's for sure. David Speedy, just that gentle limber up. He's got a lot of experienced players around him, and he's a kind of guy, as I said, I saw him playing Cadiz for the under-21s, and he would go through a brick wall. He's very brave indeed. Graeme Souness, I think, was pained and aggrieved by his own performance in the last international here when they met Wales. Really doubly determined man today to make amends. Not really much of a wind out there today. The rain is coming down, straight down, and very heavy, even yet. I don't mind a game of football. This will be a certain amount of skid on the surface, no question about that, but on the other hand, it will be holding. Passes should be reasonably true, and that surface bumpiness will be rather negated by the wetness. It's getting very damp. Trevor Francis, 47 caps for England, and even yet all my English colleagues feel he hasn't really shown his best form for England. So Steve Archibald and David Speedy together. Scotland about to get the game underway. Rain and no rain. You can hear that Scottish crowd now, as you will throughout the rest of this afternoon. Steve Archibald, number 9, had a very disappointing game in Spain, and off he goes. That touch of the ball by Speedy to Archibald, and we're into this rather unique game for the Stanley Rous Cup. Richard Gough, his father, watching him today, flew in from South Africa last week, and we get the first free kick of the match. Graeme Souness to take this. Well, Ben came across as if he expected a short one. Yes, McLeish, that's not a bad ball, and I think a bit of pushing. Free kick to England. Well, this referee gave me the impression in Spain he was rather lax in his interpretation of the rules. Really should have stamped his authority in that game, and is giving the impression he's doing exactly that now. A slack-looking one there. Aiken just got away with that. Alec McLeish, Strachan, forced to go deep. McLeish almost caught out, but there's Aiken. Bet glides past his man. That's Bet to Speedy. In goes Speedy away towards Archibald, a bit of pushing. Gough. There by Robson, now Hoddle, and Bet is in very hard. And Don Revie, whom I mentioned earlier, says you must not allow Hoddle to settle. If he does, and he turns on the airs and graces, he can really be a very effective player. He's got to be hit hard, often, and as quickly as possible. Certainly didn't mean that. Here's Archibald. Souness. Malpas was square and a little late going for it, but Souness picks it up. Well, Scotland are looking aggressive. That's a free kick. That was just a bit too aggressive. I think Richard Gough there, number 2. It was very unfortunate in Spain to have a very awkward tackle on a Spaniard early on. He was booked, and I think that unsettled him. Oh, talking about being unsettled. That was Trevor Francis, that was. No messing about there by Malpas. No booking, but a gentle reminder of what a tackle ought to be. Just watch him going in here. Almost hear it. Bang. Might have been just a little flourish there by Francis. Looking a little bit concerned about it. Must have got it at the bottom of the shin. Trevor Francis from Sampdoria. Really hurtling down. Trevor Francis made history, of course, by being Britain's first ever £1 million player. Time about this, got the players right in. That's a bad one. Taken there by Fennick. That almost got through. Hoddle, neatest of touches, and there'll be too much in that. Willie Miller well in control of that situation. Pitching a few yards. Bet. We're seeing a lot of Bet next season in Scotland. Archibald, neatest of touches to the side, Speedy. And foot back there by Ray Wilkins. No hesitation, under a bit of pressure. Wilkins again. Hateley. Bet. Ed Malpas, rather. Ooh, slack. Picked up there by Butcher. That's Francis. Touched in there to Bryan Robson coming forward. That's a shot by Hoddle. Very comfortable and confident looking save that. Bet. To Souness. Passing it across the line. Strachan. Aiken safely back. High and mighty one, David Speedy. Look at that leap. That's exactly what Don Revie said he could do. Slightly misjudged it, but he got up very high indeed. Back it goes again. Malpas. Anderson wants to come forward. Hakely. Wilkins. Francis took up position very well. Willie Miller with him. Ooh, that wasn't far away. You know, it was a really great effort there by Francis. An extremely difficult angle. Looked as if Willie Miller had it covered. He managed to get that shot in. There it is. Very good angle here too, to see it. Just watch this. Just curling away. Excellent effort. Malpas, speedy, beautiful little jump again, and fouled. Free kick. Jim Bett, Anderson with him, and Hoddle, speedy, Bett. There's Bett. Oh, the pass wasn't good enough. Souness. There's Bett after it, Anderson just getting there. Robson, oh, that's a bad tackle. Yes, from the back. Continental referees simply do not like that. Free kick. Butcher. Gough. Here's Aiken. And towards Strachan. Oh, Willie Miller decided to come forward. We'll see that from Miller. He's been doing it for Aberdeen more and more frequently. Strachan. Speedy. Oh, rather slack with that one. Aiken. Well, that's longer than any pass back we've seen. It's about just under 9 minutes of the game gone. Wiseman has his flag up. Free kick. England have made a rather canny start to this match. Hakely. Malpas did the right thing, and yes, it's saved. Well, he's had one miscued pass. Nevertheless, he's showing great signs of confidence. Not easy to come into this game at the best of times. Spinning over near that one, Jim Bett. Here's Anderson. Cleash, and put up there, and Francis knew it. Free kick. Getting a song or two out of the crowd. It's been miserable standing out there in the open. Oh, dear, dear, dear. Not content with one, the two of them got him. Free kick. Speedy already bothered this defence, both in the air and on the ground. He's very quick. Strachan there, Speedy. To Bett. Strachan on the outside. A little turn, though the cross doesn't match it. Away by Anderson. Souness just got rid of that. Bett. That wasn't very far away from Francis. Now, Gough. Strachan, well picked up. This could be dangerous. Robson going forward. And Malpas, excellent tackle. But in fact, the free kick is given for the initial contact. A free kick to England. We know all about free kicks at that goal, don't we, after last Saturday? Just Slightly off a direct line with goal, and the free kick experts actually prefer this kind of angle. Little conference as to what we're going to do with this. Right goes the Scottish line. That's a curled one by Barnes, and it was all wrong from the word go. Barnes, nevertheless, his pace, which we have not yet seen, always threatened Scotland a year ago when he played, and one recalls his brilliant goal in Brazil. Archibald, nice touch, Bet has a little space, back goes Hoddle with them. There's Speedy. Wants to touch it to the side, and up comes Souness, and it's flipped away. English defence just surviving that. Free kick given against Aiken, not at all happy about it, but he goes down quickly, and there's Gough. Oh, totally miscued there by Sanson. Oh, Speedy almost picked that one up. Well, Scotland are playing confidently. Looking secure at the back, and up front Speedy is always looking dangerous, and Archibald linking with them, not at all badly. They've played with each other before, and they've settled down nicely. Go to England. Butcher. There at the back. No offside. Archibald goes in, and very coolly back there by Butcher. That's McLeish, took his eye off it, gets away with that. Now Souness. Oh, drifted that forward beautifully, but Anderson's there. Now Hoddle. Francis. No offside, and out comes Leighton. Hoists it high downfield again. Strachan. A lot of space there. Gough's on the outside. There's the Strachan shot, and he got underneath it. The right kind of intentions, and the right degree of aggression, nevertheless. Simply made tracks for that goal, and even though it did cross his mind he might bring Gough into it, decided on that real blast. Richard Gough for the ball. He hasn't been put under pressure at all by Barnes. Settled down rather well. That's Speedy. Malpas. There goes Malpas. Wilkins covers up very well. Tremendous work rate of these English midfield players, Robson and Wilkins. Speedy. Malpas. Well, that's a great piece of defending, that. Fennick. There's Willie Miller. Not at all easy with the ball, so greasy to bring it down like that. That's the scoreline with 15 minutes gone. There's Bet, and oh, that's a dreadful one. I don't think that was a pass. A kind of half-hearted shot. I could only suspect the ball might have bobbled just before it got to him. A wee bit dour at the moment. A little bit of activity in front of that English goal mark would sort that out. Easily cut off by McLeish. Archibald. Oh, bit of a nutmeg there, and there's Souness. Battle royal there with Robson. Souness coming off best. Here's Malpas and Souness. To Archibald. It's neatly down by Archibald, but Speedy wasn't giving support. Well, Steve Archibald has seen more of the play in these first 15 minutes, and he did in the entire game in Seville. Anderson. Gately. Should be intercepted by Aiken, and is. Roy Aiken adding great strength to Scotland's midfield. This is his 12th cap for Scotland, Roy. Well, he has captained the under-21s as an overage player. So to Scotland. He's been quite right too. He's not playing after all. Oops. Well, I think McLeish wanted Malpas to get off his heels, as it were, and go forward for that. Here's Hoddle. Wilkinson in charge. Well, off balance, and it is significant that we haven't seen too much of Glenn Hoddle. I did make that point that he is a very artistic player, but also terribly temperamental. And if he doesn't get going early on, he can sometimes disappear from a match. Here's Malpas. Looking downfield for Speedy. Good jump there by Butcher. That's Speedy. Bent on the charge, and there's Anderson. Did get a touch, I think, and I think it will be a free kick for pushing by Jim Bett, the man from Locheren. I think I may have mentioned that Viv Anderson's only been in one losing English side, and that was to Scotland when John Robertson scored that famous penalty kick at Wembley. Well, that's what Hateley's always capable of doing, that sudden electric header he can pierce defences with. Down. Hasn't ceased. It's about 12 o'clock. Gough. Archibald. Hoddle. Delicate little on top of the foot kill of the ball. The presence of Archibald just coming across the sight of the player put him off. Scotland's throw, and there's Souness. Oops, Bett ran away from it. Well, the game seems to be going through a rather pedestrian phase at the moment, with 20 minutes gone, still no scoring. A little bit negative in midfield. Having said that, England have come to Hampden Park so often in the past and turned in what even the best supporters would call like luster displays, and yet sneaked away and scored goals. Bett. Speedy. Anderson pushing from the back. Although Speedy wasn't giving him any peace at all. He is going to be a very useful player indeed. Souness. Aiken. Strachan. Rather out of the game, and that is a free kick, yes. Free kick to England. Sansom to take it. The big man up for it again. McLeish winning now. Strachan in a very good position and takes his eye off the ball. Wilkins. Archibald in the challenge. Strachan. Oh, he did well to get out of that. Willimilla. Archibald. Now Souness. Free kick. Neatest click of the heels. Now Bet from Souness. Just a little bit too clever by half. Now Strachan again finding it difficult to bring the ball down quickly and is fouled nevertheless. Free kick as Wilkins brings down Strachan. Strachan wants a 1-2 and gets it almost. Now Bet. Anderson with him. Souness. Yes, Strachan wanted to go to the outside. Fenwick with him, and that'll be a corner kick. We're halfway through this first half. The rather bedraggled picture of the defenders there from that low camera. An idea of the intensity of the rain. Now Strachan. Some pushing going on there, just touched away. Free kick. Yes, quite accidental, but Bryan Robson. There it goes. And as he went up for it, I just get the impression that Miller might have been pushed, but certainly Robson was fouled. Willie Miller. Scotland tackling with great determination. Here's Francis. Gough, excellent sliding tackle. We've had a little enthusiasm worked up on the terraces after that, and that's very slightly given away by Bet. And once again, just saved by the goalkeeper, but good understanding. I think the surface made it more difficult than it would have been. Now what has happened there is that there is a group of English supporters down at the bottom of the terracing, and I think the police have decided to get them out from the mass of Scottish supporters just behind them. I hope there's not going to be too much trouble about it. Strachan. No, certainly England's ball. We'll keep an eye on that. A big space has developed, and really the police ought to go in and make sure nothing is going to happen. Miller, Strachan again, caught in possession. Sansom going round, a very good run by Sansom, and there's Jim Leighton. He's under a bit of pressure there, Leighton. This man Haitley, look at the way he goes in. Oof. Tall, rugged player. Brought down by Aiken, forward he goes. Now Souness to Strachan. Aiken. And Aiken didn't make the run. It was a good ball, very intelligent move there by Souness. Ought to have been matched by the run forward by Aiken. stringing the passes together confidently now. That's Butcher. Willie Miller, put away by Bet. There's no call there. Souness, and again, opens it out superbly, and Bet, very slow taking off for that. Really Bet's fault, that. Viv Anderson, he wanted something to come near him. Now Souness. Cleach, very deftly done. Gough, Strachan to Gough. To Souness. Oh, he's beginning to operate beautifully, Souness. Wasted ball, almost down to Speedy though. Excellent tackle by Souness. Now Aiken to Speedy. That's good football by Scotland as Willie Miller decides to pound forward. A good run by Miller. Drawn out of position though. Now Strachan. Strachan on the run. That's an excellent tackle. I thought it was a good tackle, but the referee didn't seem to think so. Glenn Hoddle, and it's a free kick. Only one man back for Scotland, that's Willie Miller. As soon as takes this, and Malpas tries forwards, and at least it's a shot at goal. Game hasn't really been noted for that, and this was Malpas. Obviously we'd like to see something more of that from the Scottish strikers. Malpas. Never the most attractive feature of the game, that kind of pass back. Well, there's still a bit of trouble. And a lot of provocative shouting, singing and brandishing of banners, etc. down there. And English supporters are being headed round the ground. Here's Malpas. Aiken goes for that. A bit of a misunderstanding between the two English defenders. Hateley. That was Wilkins to Anderson. Hoddle. Archibald very quickly and picked up by Souness. Beautiful reverse pass, Aiken. Tackling is getting Guy Fierce out there. It's a free kick to England. In actual fact, just off camera, I think the supporters are leaving the ground, away to the right. There's Leighton. Very slippery ball indeed, but away goes Strachan. Archibald, Strachan, Speedy, Gough it is, Souness, Strachan on the run, just getting there. Malpas, excellent one, just touched away. Scotland trying to put the screws on now. In goes Aiken. Cleach. Malpas now bet, and a free kick, and I think a booking for Malpas. Well, I don't know. Well, and whilst this goes on, there are the English supporters streaming out from the southeast corner at Hampden Park. I thought that was a trifle harsh. Big gaps have opened up on the terracing as English supporters simply leave, heading for the exit. No free kick there. Here's Bet. Archibald to Souness. There's a run forward by Archibald. And I would suspect the English player got right in the way there as he slid down. He didn't go after Archibald, but he certainly prevented Archibald from getting near that ball. Well, that was a sliding tackle. Whilst that was going on, I was giving my eye away down to the bottom right, where seems to be mayhem. The police trying to get the English supporters out of the ground. In fact, there's a battle there in the background. You can see it for yourself. There's McLeish. What a sad pattern it is in football that we almost yawn now at the sight of that. It's such a familiar sight. Maybe not here in Scotland, but certainly around the world, and certainly in some areas in England. Speedy. Souness. That should go right through. Towards Archibald. Souness after it again. On there by Speedy, and that's a free kick. I think the referee would certainly stop the play if Butcher had fallen. 6'4" of him against 5'8" David Speedy. It's an unfair advantage. The wee man is brave. Anderson. Souness. Speedy. Well, I thought he was fouled, yes, he was appealing to the referee. Very late tackle. Barnes shielding the ball well, and the close shepherding of Willie Miller. That was thorough professionalism there by Miller. Not lunging into the tackle, just shepherding him towards the line, working him into the error. Exactly 10 minutes of this first half remaining. This is really, in all honesty, degenerated into a very scrappy encounter now. Really, neither goalkeepers had a save worthy of the name. Heatley. Good tackle by Miller. Oh dear, I would have thought that was a foul. However, free kick given. Willie Miller playing in his 39th game for Scotland. He was 33 weeks ago, and he's never been fresher or fitter. Checking the time by Michel Vautreau. Leighton should be up for it. Little bit slow though. As Butcher who had come forward and caused him that discomfort. A little bit slow coming off his line. Throw. Can't turn it round, he does again this time, and there's a free kick, I think, yes. As once again, Butcher tried to pressurise Jim Leighton, who did well, in fact, to get that one-handed save in. Strachan, Archibald fighting for it. Yes, that's a free kick, and Archibald not at all happy with the way that was dug in. I thought he was throwing the yellow card away. I think both of them may be booked. That's 3 bookings now. I'm assuming that Wilkins was booked as well. He certainly booked Steve Archibald. There's a good run forward by Gough, who just denied that last stride. Seen much of Francis apart from that shot earlier on, which just went angled past the post. Strachan, very quick tackle. Hately unable to shake off that defence. Scottish defence has been excellent. Of course, with Willie Miller and Alec McLeish playing so often with each other, just great positional understanding. Draw to Scotland. Just about 7 minutes of the first half remaining. Here's Strachan. David Speedy. Lacking service now, Speedy. Was found with some excellent passes earlier on. There's Strachan. Archibald tries to go through and well turned back by Terry Fenwick. Anderson. Here's Malthus. Trying to put it right round the defender. Well, Fenwick was certainly in 2 minds there. And McLeish, simply enough, he's really been the master in the air. Something displeasing Peter Shilton. Free kick. I think Willie Miller thought it was his. This is Hoddle. That's Wilkins. And now it was Barnes trying to go for it, and Richard Gough very wisely letting that go right over. Glad to see Richard Gough settling into this game. As I said earlier, he had a disturbed game, to say the least, in Seville because of an uncertain start, but he's looking confident today. Aiken, just beyond Speedy again. Cannot get into the game at the moment, David Speedy. The ball seems to just be eluding him at the last moment. Butcher. There's Gough. Free kick again, and very quickly taken. I don't think the ball was stationary. Roy Aiken, and it's a throw to England, I think. That's Sanson, as I said, the first capped ever Arsenal player. Francis turns on it. Oh, beautifully done by Aiken now. Scotland on the counter-attack. Archibald. Free kick. Most certainly, and that really was a pity, because if that had been laid to the side again, there was a big gap as a result of Anderson going in for the tackle. So the free kick does not really benefit Scotland. And it goes to McLeish. On towards Speedy. Now Bet. Tries for the cross. Aiken was in for it, Gough as well. Speedy tries to get in there. It's all so loose at the moment. There's the shot by Aiken. Well, he had to have a go. Good off balance, and the ball spinning away viciously. The speed of Hoddle, I'll pass in on him and holding him, yes, free kick. Would you believe, free kick to Scotland? Ooh, that skidded through viciously. Gough. Here's Souness. No, disappointed in that one. Trying to find Speedy again. There's McLeish, easily taken up. Now Souness. Now Strachan. Chandler's wee man showed his authority in the game. That's a shot by Bet. And was there a touch? Scottish players apparently think so. Now watch the way Bet took this. Just bring it down and then quickly seeing his opportunity. And that skidded, and I think it was going away all the time, and there certainly was no touch. Francis brought that down brilliantly. Haitley can't get there, and that was almost suicidal play by the Scottish defence. Quite unnecessary. Bet. Here's Aiken. Strachan. Speedy. Free kick. Oh, he has taken some punishment today, Speedy. And we've just about a minute 15 seconds to go to the half-time whistle. This will be a vital stage to get a goal. There's Steve Archibald. Can't do the turn. Aiken. And offside. Must have been out. That was a very good position for Scotland, and I think the hesitancy of Aiken may have foiled it in the first place. Seemed suddenly to get shot shy. And we're into the last minute of this first half. McLeish. Superb afternoon he's had in the air. There's Anderson, and this will go all the way back. Well, eventually it did. Souness brilliantly. Bet, Speedy, too much in that. Again, he seemed to lose his buffets, and that's a free kick. Oh, dear, dear. Now, David Speedy said that disciplinary problems. He's been suspended 3 times significantly in his career. Not just from cautions, but also having been sent off. Likes to mix it. Aiken. Francis dragging the defence away wide. And Gough, as I said about him, playing with a great deal of maturity this afternoon. And there goes the half-time whistle. There's no scoring at Hampden as the players troop off, rain-drenched. Jockstein not looking too perturbed about the situation at the moment. In fact, that Scotland's defence in particular has played rather well. And there's no question at all that Scotland are establishing a pattern for Iceland. We cannot see this game as a one-off. They are preparing for the more important game in the World Cup. And you can see the value of having Aiken play as he has played, just in front of the defence and charging forward. Speedy has always looked alert, especially in the earlier stages of the game. But I think a pattern that's looking solid without looking overtly exciting. And I think Scotland playing like this against Iceland will have to snatch a goal.